think everywhere he is ready to go and challenge for the league, apart from this creative midfielder. Because you've got Bruno in front of him, we're starting to play Pogba on the left, so we're just missing this player like a Saul. Hello, welcome back to the Back Post. It's Adam. We're going to be talking about a special little player in Spain at the moment. He's called Saul. He plays for Atletico Madrid, centre mid. He's told Madrid that he wants to leave. He's not signed a contract with him for a while. He's pushing for a move away from the club, which has obviously linked him to a number of clubs. But the two that are sticking out are us, United, and Jay's Chelsea. So we just thought we'd do a little video explaining, how much of a good player he is, if we need him, and how he fits into the squad. So I'm going to, I'll start. Jay's not here, he's going to send a clip in later. I know Saul from years ago, to be honest. Around 2016, he was this massive player. He just signed a massive contract at Atletico. It was like a 10-year contract, something like that. And he gained a lot of traction from the media, and he seemed like a very good player, but these past few years, he sort of dropped off a bit. But I still believe he's got a bit of class in him, He's playing for a top team in Spain. In terms of him joining United, I'm going to go to the Southampton game. That we apologise we didn't make a video last week. There's some things we need to sort out. The Southampton game was dire. It was so boring, and that was because of the team we put out. The back five was fine. The game in there, your typical back four, but it was the midfield that really let us down, and it's shown during the game. We had Matic and Fred in holding midfield. They do the same job anyway. So why do we need two of these against the Southampton side that, let's be honest, have been disappointing the back end of last season and this first game of the season. So it was just very confusing to me, and you could see where the issue was on the pitch, because there was no creativity. There was no link-up play between the midfield and attack. The front three didn't help. Martial, I think, had 4 touches for the 60 minutes he played. He had 1 shot on target, no shots off target. His movement was shocking. He gave the ball away so many times. But for me, that's it for Martial. But in terms of the midfield, we was lacking that bit of something. And even if we had McTominay on, I still don't feel that that's enough. I think everywhere he is ready to go and challenge for the league, apart from this creative midfielder. Because you've got Bruno in front of him, we're starting to play Pogba on the left, so we're just missing this player like a Saul or maybe a Declan Rice. But yeah, I think he would fit well into the squad. I've not watched him personally for the past couple of years, so I don't know how great he is, but I do know that he does like to be the change from defence to attack, from box to box, grabbing it, playing it off, bringing it upfield. So that's what Bruno needs as well, because Bruno was, everyone was shocking on Sunday, but it's because there's nothing there. Fred gave the ball away so many times. His touch is diabolical, and his passing is even worse. And then Matic, he's just not got the legs anymore. We're relying on Matic that we bought from Chelsea. They let him go. There's a reason they let him go. He's been great for us, but he's slowing down now. And McTominay's great, but he can't do it on his own. So yeah, I think Saul would be a fantastic signing for us. However, there's another team in the way, and that is Chelsea. So I'll let Jay take over for a second.
So Chelsea have now been linked with Saul Niguez, and it's come through as a bit of a surprise for me. I've not actually heard anything about this transfer. Josh said all window that we've been linked with him, but I've not heard any of this. I think the news of Lukaku and Koundé have kind of probably just clouded everything that I've seen. But yeah, no, so we've been linked with him. He's not signing his contract, and he's now Chelsea and also Manchester United are looking at him. Manchester United, Adams, give his thoughts on that, and I'll give you my Chelsea thoughts. And that is, I don't think don't think he'll fit in. I don't think he'll fit in. I think we're unfortunately looking for a fourth kind of midfielder at the moment, because we have Kante, the best in the world. With Jorginho, who's just won 3 trophies on the spin. We've got Kovacic, and we're looking for a fourth. Gilmore, Conor Gallagher, they didn't want to be here. They didn't want to be here. They wanted more regular game time. They knew they were behind those players. That's absolutely right, fair enough. So bringing in another one of those players just creates more headaches. Personally, I just think it's a bit ridiculous. I think we're just probably looking at that as a bit of a, because I think we want a fourth. Kante gets injured a fair bit. We can't fully rely on him to be there all season. But yeah, and also he's a bit more progressive. Josh wanted us to mention that goal that he scored. I don't know if Adam already has, but he's more of a progressive centre mid that kind of brings it forward. We've got those. We need more of a defensive mid. And then we need a backup. Would have been better if we had youth. We can't have that, so it's a bit of a shame. So I don't think this is the right move for Chelsea, but let me know what you think, Chelsea fans, in the comments. What do you think? We should go for this, or do you think we should just leave it? I think we should just leave it.
Cheers, Jay, mate. And that actually brings me on to my next point. It doesn't, it's just reminded me of it. Because we have got another centre mid that we bought last season that hasn't played at all in Van der Beek. I think he's a massive sort of block in the way of this transfer, because his agent is demanding more football. Obviously, Van der Beek wants more football himself, but it's just not working for him at the moment. He's not fitting into the squad. We've started him a few times, and he's just sort of fell out of games. He's very easily missed. Does that make sense? I don't know, it does now. Yeah, he does fall out of games, and he does go missing. But apparently Ollie has promised him more games, so we'll have to see what happens there. Because if that is the case, then I can't see us signing Saul. I personally think he'll choose Chelsea over United, because their team is looking hella sharp at the moment. Lukaku's come in. He's full of confidence in himself. I've watched a few interviews with him. He looks like he's going to absolutely tear this league apart. And I said that to the boys when he first signed, and he did against Arsenal. He absolutely bullied him. He even said himself he was dominating that game. So fair play to him. But yeah, I think it would be a great signing for us overall. He would fit into the squad nicely, and I think he would help us push for that league. So let's try and make it happen. However, I think he's a Chelsea boy myself, because I think we've got our eyes on other people like Declan Rice, who we're going to pay more money for somehow. And Ronaldo's still happening. It can still happen. We was talking about this last night. It would be perfect for a season for him to come back to United. He would just bring everything we're missing to that team. Because it seems like we're going back to the old ways at United at the moment, slowly, even though that Southampton game slowed us down. But yeah, we've got a big game on Sunday, against Wolves, and there's a few other good games this weekend. Chelsea are playing, I want to say Liverpool, I think I'm right. So that'll be an interesting game, and we're going to do a podcast on Sunday, like always, apart from last week. There was a bit of problems with time and stuff and scheduling, but yeah, we apologise for that, but we'll be back. And don't forget to tell your dads.